2 universal float adjustment methods for autumn wild fishing. The second works all seasons. Autumn brings a shift in fishing conditions, with lower temperatures and more active fish as the season progresses. For wild fishing, particularly in bottom fishing scenarios, adjusting your float setup becomes key to increasing catch rates. While many techniques exist for adjusting floats, only a few are truly effective for wild fishing. Here are 2 universal float adjustment methods you can apply. 1. Lead sinker touching the bottom, low sensitivity, high results. In wild fishing, the riverbed is often uneven, and windy conditions can complicate things. This means fishing with high sensitivity isn't always necessary. In fact, lower sensitivity can yield better results because it helps filter out small fish bites, allowing you to focus on catching larger fish. Advantages of lead sinker touching the bottom. Conceals the hook and bait. When the lead sinker touches the bottom, the bait is well hidden, making it easier for larger, bottom-dwelling fish to approach and feed without hesitation. Filters out small fish. The sinker lying on the bottom helps reduce small fish bites, letting the larger fish take the bait more confidently. Wind and water drift resistance. With the sinker touching the bottom, you reduce the impact of wind and water drift, keeping the bait in place. How to set it up. Set your fishing mark higher than the adjustment mark. Shorten the leader line slightly after making the adjustment, ensuring the sinker just touches the bottom. The formula to determine when the lead sinker touches the bottom is fishing mark adjustment mark and weight of double hooks. For example, if the adjustment mark is set to 2 marks and your fishing mark increases to 4, the sinker will touch the bottom. This method works well for mid to late autumn when fish feed more actively. 2. Hookless float adjustment, the ultimate versatile method. When winter or low bite conditions make fishing difficult, the hookless float adjustment method shines. It's a simple yet effective technique, providing consistent results across all seasons. How hookless float adjustment works. This setup allows the baits to rest on the bottom with loose, curved leader lines, without any tension pulling on them. This gives fish the chance to bite the bait without any resistance, even when their bite is weak. The sensitivity is reduced to its lowest state, meaning the bait is practically invisible to the fish, which encourages the weakest bites to register. How to set it up. The adjustment mark for hookless fishing is determined the same way as for the lead sinker touching the bottom. Fishing mark equals adjustment mark plus weight of double hooks. For instance, if your adjustment mark is 4 and your hooks are light enough to cause the fishing mark to reach 4 as well, you will achieve a hookless setup where the bait is effectively settled at the bottom. This method is particularly effective in winter for species like crucian carp, where bites are weak due to the cold, and ensuring that baits are right at the bottom increases your chances of catching fish. Key takeaways. Low sensitivity, lead sinker touching the bottom, is great for autumn wild fishing in windy conditions and helps target larger fish by filtering out smaller ones. Hookless float adjustment is a versatile method that works well all year round, especially for species like crucian carp, where fish bites tend to be weak during cold weather. Both methods require simple float adjustments but ensure that your bait is well positioned for the fish to bite confidently. Remember to adjust according to water conditions, target species, and fish activity to optimize your chances. About the author. I'm a passionate fishing blogger, dedicated to helping fellow anglers master the craft of wild fishing. Follow me for more tips, techniques, and fishing hacks. Like, save, and follow for regular updates and expert advice.